Not gonna lie.
Their brain are affected, their perception.
No. No.
The universe of FENRIR. So FENRIR joins Rainbow as the mastermind of the defense. He's a unique trap operator that can truly adapt and redirect his own utility to the ever-changing flow around. So FENRIR brings the FNAP Mind. It's a throwable sticky gadget that can be deployed pretty much everywhere. Once it's deployed and it's activated, it can be triggered by an attacker that walks in its line of sight. Once it's triggered, it will release a toxin cloud. Everyone standing in it will be affected by the effect, which we call the fear effect. In short, the fear effect is essentially a curtain, an opaque bubble around you that limits your visibility range to a few meters. Past that, it's complete darkness. So when the round starts, FENRIR has all of his gadgets in his pocket. And when they're deployed, they're basically inert. They don't do anything and they're armored. So they can't be destroyed by bullets. They can only be destroyed by explosives. Aside from being there and looking mean, they really don't do anything. That is until FENRIR activates them with one of his 3 codes. He has 3 codes and 5 gadgets. So he has less codes than actual gadgets, so he needs to be mindful of which one he's going to activate and which one he will remain armored. Because once they're activated, they open up and they're no longer bulletproof. So they're very vulnerable to bullets, lasers, and obviously explosives. Once they're open up, they mean business, and it means that it can be triggered by attackers and affected. So when you play as FENRIR, your goal is to survive as long as possible. So we made sure to give them a kit that will hopefully allow you to do so. If we look at the primary weapons, you have 2 options. The first one is the MP7. A classic, really powerful SMG, great for close, mid, and even long-range encounters. So the second option is the SASG-12, which is a very strong, powerful shotgun.
The sausage.
That can deal a lot of damage in close range. Perfect to pair with the gadget, which essentially limits the visibility of the attackers, so you can really get close.
Dude is a 1 speed and 1 health though.
Deal a lot of damage. Secondary weapon, we have the bailiff. It's a great secondary weapon that creates a lot of destruction for a pistol. Whether you pick the SMG or the shotgun, you'll be sure to have a tool in your arsenal to reshape the map during the prep phase and set up your gadget the way you really want. For secondary gadgets, we went for gadgets that will really synergize well with the operator's main ability. The first one is barbed wires. The FNAP will reduce the visibility, and the barbed wire will slow them down. His other option in terms of secondary gadget is the bulletproof cam. Again, a great synergy with the gadgets because you can use the bulletproof cam to keep watchful eye on your FNAP. And you can also use the bulletproof EMPs to disable any SP attacker drone that might be coming in to destroy your gadgets. So FENRIR is a very flexible operator. It can be very useful for new players as much as for very experienced players. For new players, if you don't want to deal with having to manage and jungle with all the codes, you can just deploy your gadgets, activate them, and play them like a regular trap operator. If you want to be a bit more advanced and kind of trick the attack, you can really juggle with the codes, activate your gadgets when they need to be activated, deactivated them to protect them, do this dance of the mastermind kind of controlling where the gadgets are most effective and affect as many attackers as you can. Keeping up with the synergy between the operators and the gadgets, you have a lot of synergies with other operators. So like Melusi and Clash can combine their slowdown effect with the FNAP. They'll have their visibility reduced and also they'll be slowed down, so they might be stuck in this effect a bit longer thanks to that. Combining it with other operators like Thorn means that you can kind of catch these attackers in their moment of panic and hopefully deal them a lot of damage with these gadgets. Another group of operators that are very useful with FENRIR is the intel gathering operators like Valkyrie, like Pulse, like Solus. They're all very useful operators that can really collect as much intel as they can and share this intel with FENRIR, so FENRIR can be more aware of which one of his gadget needs to be activated in order to be the most effective. Operators that can be a bit more sneaky could potentially get a bit closer to the victims and give them a good scare, like, well, Cabra. So if you have a FENRIR on the other team, you have a couple options in terms of counter. The first one is the classic combo of IQ and Thatcher that can be brought to deal with these FNAPs.